Mutalisks moving in here, going to swoop in for the kill, see what they can do. They are unable to harass the mineral line because of the missile turrets, so this is just sort of testing the waters, seeing how the defense is at the natural expansion, but it looks like they are moving back at this point. For the Terran player, he is getting infantry upgrade level 1. He's also getting vehicle upgrade level 1 for his Thors. So going to be able to do a little bit more anti-air damage against these Mutalisks. Very crucial. It's good that the Thors can do more damage, but they're just such an immobile unit, and in this situation, on this map, up against this many Mutalisks, it makes it very difficult for Skidayo to do really much defending at all. He's getting the shield upgrade as well as armor level 1 for infantry. Now this Mutalisk count is climbing, and I mean they can become exponentially more difficult to deal with as they sort of reach that critical value where they're just going to destroy anything in sight. So I believe he's at, 12 Mutalisks already, and I mean the Terran player does have the economic advantage, especially with mules and more harvesters, but not for long, because Check.Prime is moving and expanding. He's expanded to the gold at the southeast, and now he's expanding to the 6 o'clock natural. So off of 2 bases, the Terran player is going to have to come up with some kind of timing attack. He's going to have to move out and do something before the Zerg swarm takes over the whole map. So let's just see how he's going to be able to handle this, as it looks like the Terran player is moving out at this point. Mutalisks just taking the high ground advantage, just staying out of sight for the meantime. Going to try to, see what exactly the Terran player has planned, as he's got a couple of Thors, siege tanks, which are not entirely effective against this Zerg composition, and some Marines, Marauders on the ground as well. Now, losing one medevac there, losing both medevacs. That's brutal, as they got sniped very quickly. A Thor ship moving in too little, too late. And, I mean, going to get one volley off, but that is just not going to be enough, as these Mutalisks are just, oh man, so many just circling the Terran base, keeping the Terran player in check, making it very difficult for him to expand. I mean, the Terran player's got some missile turrets down and his mineral lines for his main and his natural, but I'm not sure if that is going to be enough, because we got a lot of Mutalisks here. But wait a minute, we have the Terran player moving out at this point. A very, very diverse Hellions, Marauders, Marines, Vikings to help deal with the Mutalisks, and Thors, of course, to do that splash damage in the air. Putting down a couple of scans there, going to try to get the positioning of the Zerg player. But the Zerg player is doing a run-by, it looks like, or is he just going to all-out attack with these Zerglings, taking out some of the Marauders, as Marauders are not entirely effective against Zerglings, and about a dozen or maybe a little less Zerglings do get into the mineral line, and they are attacking these SCVs, getting quite a few kills there, quite a few worker casualties for the Terran player. And this is what I was talking about. When you're dealing with, 23 Mutalisks, they become very, very difficult. Like, they're going to try to snipe this command center, and the Terran player is out of position. It's very difficult for him to get back in, so he is counterattacking. The Terran player is moving in, but a lot of Banelings are coming in, and they do a lot of damage to these Marauders, a lot of acid deaths. These infantry are going down very quickly to those Banelings, and the Terran army was just about cut in half almost there, as these Marauders and Thors with the Vikings are moving in. And after sniping that command center, these Mutalisks are coming back, and they want blood. They are going to focus down these Thors very quickly as well. The first Thor does go down. The second one sniped in a fraction of a second. Vikings, this is just not enough Vikings to deal with it. Too many Marauders on the ground, in my opinion. Marauders really, I mean, obviously useless against Mutalisks, don't do a lot of damage against Zerglings, but these Mutalisks are just raining chaos, taking out all the mech army for the Terran player. But the Terran player, I mean, was able to take out the natural expansion. He's going to try to do some mineral harassment at the main, but these Mutalisks, once again, here to back them up. Mutalisks very mobile, any place, anytime, they're there, blocking out the sun at this point. You see the shadows on the ground. And these Hellions, bit of a mistake there. They scooted right by the natural, the 6 o'clock natural. They could have taken out some drones there. So let's see how quickly the Zerg player, he is bringing even more drones, and this is not good, as these Hellions are very effective against drones. And look at that, oh my god, that was like 12 drones that got taken out with just 2 little fire sprays. Zerglings are here to back up the drones, but this Hellion had 13 kills, the second Hellion had 5 or 6, so those Hellions, very worthwhile, as they took out almost 20 drones, probably like 16 or 18 or something. And these Mutalisks back in for more pressure, and this many Mutalisks, they can just do what they want, as he is going, as CheckPrime is going to go for the expansion, sorry, the reactor and tech lab, so the add-ons rather, and that reactor is going to burn down. One tech lab goes down, 2 tech labs go down, so that is going to certainly affect unit production for the Terran player, as he would have to rebuild 3 add-ons, and Carapace for the Zerg flyers as well. The Mutalisks are going to have that armor bonus as it's finishing upgrading, and I mean, this is just, you know, really map control going to the Zerg player. The Terran player's timing attack that we saw a couple minutes ago was not all that effective. I mean, he was only able to shut down the main briefly, and with 3 other bases, well, 2 now that the main is mined out, but I mean, it wasn't, you know, vital. But losing that whole army for the Terran player really was a big hit, as it's going to take the Terran player a while to macro up another army. And I mean, this is it. We've got an army now, but let's just see how effective it will be, as these Mutalisks still dominating the air and just blowing right by that army, and going to go continue to harass and continue to, you know, do damage at the main base. And where are your missile turrets? He's only got one missile turret versus 25 Mutalisks. Yeah, I wonder who's going to win that one. And these Mutalisks were able to take out a whole bunch of SCVs to follow up. All the while, the Terran player is moving in, going to try to get these Hellions out front that do a lot of damage against light units like the Zerglings, Banelings, and these, I mean, again, Marauders. Too many Marauders, in my opinion. Those Mutalisks focusing down the Thor at the Zerg base. Thor's backing up the front lines here, but a lot of Banelings are doing damage to the infantry. Zerglings just eating their guts out, and these Thors just going to continue to move in. And, ooh, this orbital command, it does look like it is going to go down, as there's not much to defend there. Queenie's coming out, can't do much against this many Marauders shooting her in the face. This hatchery is going to go down once again. But, I mean, is the Terran army going to be able to take out enough of the infrastructure for the Zerg? You know what he needs to do? He needs to take the Spire out. Although, then again, I mean, with this many mutas in the air already, I mean, it's just a lot. It's a lot to deal with. And to me, it seems like Skidayo is a little flustered at this point. Doesn't seem to know where he wants to attack, what he wants to do. You know, he could go for the gold, but it looks like he is just going to walk right by it, as the Mutalisk just took out 2 orbital commands. They took out the one at the natural expansion, and then one at the gold expo. So now moving in for the Terran player, you're going to try to take out the 6 o'clock expansion. But these Mutalisks are hurrying back, flying in, and the only anti-air here does look like it is the Thors. There are only a couple Marines left at this point. So these Mutalisks, they are going to focus down these Thors as quick as possible. And I'm not sure, is the splash damage going to be enough, as one Thor goes down. The second Thor is about to explode 2 more, and that looks like it's all she wrote for those Thors. Oh, good luck stimming out of their Marines, as, I mean, they just have such low HP, and with these bouncing glaives just cutting them up, it doesn't look like they're going to last very long. And this gold expansion is the only expansion mining for the Zerg player at this point. As you can see on the income tab, virtually no income whatsoever for the Terran, as he needs to figure out something quickly. It looks like he's going to try to move to that gold expo, try to get some income. With 13 harvesters, I mean, these Mutalisks have just massacred the harvesters, as they always will do, especially in these absurd numbers. This many mutas just dominating the game, Love this Korean play, truly. 3 Thors, going to try to defend, going to try to fend off these devastating Mutalisks. As they come in, they're going to try to focus, trying to micro that one Thor away, trying to micro them as best as possible. But with this many Mutalisks, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to hold them off. Well, looks like they do. You know, big ups to those Thors trying to fend off that many Mutalisks in the air. So, yeah. Wow, pretty intense game here indeed, as the Zerg player continuing to mine, putting up another hatchery at the 3 o'clock natural expansion for the 3rd time, I believe. But, I mean, income for the Terran player, Skidayo, was shut down for a very extended period of time, calling down 3 mules there, and he's going to try to get some resources, as he is really, really low on resources, pretty low on the army count as well. And with Mutalisk's weapon level 1, well, flyer weapon level 1, producing, along with some more Zerglings. Zerglings moving in. The Thors are going to be distracted. The AI is going to be distracted, focusing on those Zerglings, and the Mutalisks overhead. Going to focus down these Thors very quickly, so good strategy there. So that is it. Skidayo GG's out of this one. CheckPrime takes this really incredible Korean battle, dominating the air with like 25 Mutalisks at some points, getting his 4th base up, going to really make it difficult for the Terran army, you know, such an immobile army, to do any significant defending against Mutalisks. Terran stuck on 2 bases for most of the game, so really good action-packed replay. I really enjoyed casting that Korean matchup. Be sure to check out youtube.com/HunterStarcraft for more of these games, as I am going to be posting many more Korean reps in the days to come. All right? Have a good one, guys. This is Hunter Starcraft here, saying peace out.